We are now moving past the 10th day of the uprising in Iran. There is a lot of conflicting information circulating. Some major Western outlets, like Fox News, are citing representatives of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, stating that protesters have officially taken control of cities like Abadan and Malakshati. How accurate is this capture narrative?
It's a matter of scale and geography. While it's true that in Abadan and Malakshati the repressive forces were forced to flee and people are chanting death to Khomeini in the streets, we have to be realistic. These are relatively small towns in the border and rural areas. If protesters had seized a major hub with hundreds of thousands of residents, the regime would have likely cut the internet and all communications instantly. However, the fact that the factor of fear has shifted and people are forcing security forces to retreat is a massive psychological victory.
Despite these victories, the regime's response is becoming increasingly desperate and brutal. There are reports of a horrific incident at an hospital in Ilam.
Yes, IRGC forces reportedly stormed the Imam Khomeini hospital. They weren't there to help, they were there to arrest wounded protesters. They even used tear gas and live ammunition inside the medical facility. This brutality is being met with a very specific plea to the international community. We've seen viral footage of a woman holding a sign calling Donald Trump a symbol of peace and begging, "Don't let them kill us."
We're also seeing the first official executions and a shift in how the regime controls information.
Exactly. After holding out for over 10 days, the authorities have finally started throttling the internet in several cities. More alarmingly, the first official execution linked to this period has been carried out. Ali Ardestani was put to death on charges of spying for Israel. This is a clear attempt to intimidate the population, as the death toll likely surpasses 50 and detainees exceed 2,000.
You mentioned earlier that the protest is spreading to all layers of society. Is this still the case?
It's actually intensifying. A huge marker today was the workers at the Parseh Janubi oil refinery joining the strike. When oil workers stand alongside students and bazaar merchants, like those we saw in Tehran's Tondi's Passage, it hits the regime where it hurts most, the economy. The slogans are also evolving. In Zanjan, they are shouting, "Neither Gaza nor Lebanon, my life for Iran." While in Mashhad, footage shared by the Israeli MFA shows crowds chanting, "Long live the Shah." Tactically, how is the regime trying to maintain control on the streets? They're relying heavily on mobility. They formed what look like flying squads on motorcycles to move quickly between protest flashpoints without spreading their forces too thin. The protesters have realized this. Whenever they manage to seize one of these motorcycles, they burn it on the spot. And the violence isn't just one-sided anymore. Not at all. In places like Ali Gudars and Abadan, we see crowds chasing down armed security forces and pelting them with stones until they retreat. In other unnamed locations, there is clear footage of actual armed combat between revolutionaries and the regime. One of the most haunting slogans being chanted now is, "This year is the year of blood, the year Ali Khamenei is overthrown." Whether it's stones in Qazvin or guns in the West, the message is the same. The target is the top of the leadership.